challenge I've never done. So we're live. So happy New Year, everyone. That's what they always say. You try something new each time and every time. I don't even know if how this video will go. No, this is raw. This is something that's not prepared. This is not rehearsed. But I don't know. I just like challenging myself each time. For those who've been following me in Facebook, you know that I do a lot of videos. I do a lot of videos in Facebook that are live, but most of the videos in YouTube are mostly edited already. So I don't know, something new. For those who are following me in YouTube, this is something that you like also do, that I do some of these live videos as well in YouTube. So to see how it goes already. And ayun, I've never done a live video in YouTube before, and yun, I hope this is something that's beneficial for everyone. Ayan, we now have people who are live. May Ann Tapia, Happy New Year. Wilfredo Sabordino, shout out to you. Happy New Year also. Yeah, sige. Whenever we meet, no, let me know what city you are from, wherever you are. I'll try to sign the book. Stephen Abordo, Happy New Year to you. Edward Papa, Happy New Year. Laura Napa, Happy New Year to you. And my wife, Kai Doring from Quezon City, from Germany, Happy New Year. Alcin Jumanda, Happy New Year. So I'm trying this. I don't know if this will be a regular thing as well, but I'll also do Facebook Live later. No, tatawid tayo ulit sa Facebook, but I'll try to make one. Normally, no, what I do during January, especially at the start of the year, it's a time where I try to. Last year was crazy. I had like 77 flights to end the year, so I said I'll try to at least rest for this January, and relatively it was light on my schedule. This today was light. I ate breakfast, brought my wife to her work. My wife's a banker, for those who don't know. She does a lot of forex for the global balance sheets of a certain bank. Then after that, I had an interview for GMA7. It will air later on. I think it's Saksi and 24 Horas about my thoughts on inflation, the economy, GDP, etc. Then after that, went back, monitored the markets already. And it was generally light. But what I do at the end of each year is I reassess my portfolio and I reassess my assets also. Hindi lang assets na stock market. I try to check cash, the paper assets that I have, the mutual funds, UITFs, VUL, LTNCDs, REITs. Then I try to rebalance also. So I use this opportunity for me to see. But what I do is when I check the main portfolio and when I see, hey, parang underweight ako, I need to be more aggressive. I know already my strategy for the year that should more money come in, lalagay ako, mas madami ako lalagay sa stocks naman. Or pag nakita ko I'm being more aggressive kasi mas heavy na yung positions ko for stocks, then that's when I try to allocate more on bonds or preferred shares or on time deposits as well. When I was starting out, by the way, no, if you'd watch the older videos, especially yung una kong interview, I would say, huwag kayo mag-time deposits, sayang yung pera. But you realize as you get older, you need to park a certain amount of cash, especially now. No, nakakuha ko almost 6.7% na time deposit just a few days ago before natapos yung taon. So 6.7% is not bad. It's something that's quite amazing na rin in terms of I guess a fixed rate of return that you can get. No, so as you get older, your views on life also change. That I would not think twice about time deposits before. I would not think twice about nag-change na nga dati. Ayoko ng preferred shares, tapos bigla ng preferred shares. So ayoko ng bonds, tapos nag-bonds. Now, getting more fixed income is also, I guess, more interesting also for me. At least naging baliktad. When nangyayari normal mentality for Pinoys, no, is time deposits, then nakikita nila talo pera nila, that's why they start investing. Sa akin, naging baliktad. I started investing early. Tapos I said, I need to at least segment my risk naman. That's why I've started to put some also on some stocks that or some assets that are of less risk. Or as what I've done over the past year, started to shift funds away and to other markets. I've been very transparent with this. That I've been a big fan of a lot of the tech stocks that we have, from Facebook to Google to Amazon. They're pretty much amazing. So if you are based abroad, take that opportunity. So yun lang. I normally take this time to at least relax. I don't know how long. Probably, when I say relax, hindi naman yung sobrang wala akong ginagawa. Tomorrow, I'll be in TV5 naman. There will be probably a lot of guestings over the next few days. So kung may nakikita kayong mga video guestings ko sa YouTube, I mostly do that at the start of the year also. Kasi parang that's my time to give an outlook on what's happening in the markets. Pero relax. As you can see, wala nang, hindi masyadong pomade, and then I'm just wearing my normal polo shirt. So there, what else? And then normally this is when I also try to write my book. I don't know, last year I didn't have a chance to write a book because when January hit, we flew kagad to London and Iceland, then I flew straight to Dubai after. So the first 2 months last year was hectic. But because of the 77 flights, I decided na I think I need to at least taper down and rest a bit as well. And that's what I'm doing now. So it's purely just resting, eating, checking stocks, and then if there will be occasional guestings. Couple of questions. I don't know what book I want to write. Will it be part 2 of the technical analysis series? Please comment below if you want that. If you want me to write part 2 of the technical analysis series, or some sort of a prequel when it comes to the stock market as well. Meaning, kasi what people see is just my life when it comes to stocks. What they didn't see was how I hustled. That's why I've been sharing more about it now, because one of the biggest secrets that I had was I really hustled. I really worked when I was starting out. And if you're in your early 20s, I suggest you do this. When I was in my early 20s, I would work probably 14 to 16 hours a day. The first 8 hours, 9 hours, I would do that in my office, in my employment, in my job. Then the next 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, I would not just study the stock market, not just study investing, but I would do a lot of entrepreneurial ventures. And I also wanted to share that, parang how I pivoted from being an employee to a full-time investor, full-time business person. So if you want to hear that story as well, I'm thinking about that, because I really believe that to be fully, and by the way, comment below what's your definition of financial freedom, because people think financial freedom is retiring. When I quit my job in 2010, what I've realized was, alam mo yun, when you quit your job and you're not doing anything. I was watching the market at that time. I think the market, for those who don't know, way before 2011, the market was only 3 hours, from 3 to 12:30 in lunchtime, and then tapos na yung market. I would watch it. So the problem there was, nabili ko na yung kailangan ko bilhin, nabenta ko na kailangan bilhin. You have to remember that even if you watch the market every day, there will be some styles in trading that you don't have to sell naman every day. So nabili mo na yung kailangan mo bilhin, nabenta mo na lang kailangan mo ibenta. Wala ka nang gagawin. And what I've realized is, do not save money, do not invest for retiring. What I suggest is find what you love to do, what you love to do so much, and just keep on doing that, so that you can do it over and over and over and over and over again, and you can do it forever. Then after you find that, never retire. Why? Because financial freedom for me is you having the money that you get to at least do things, do life at your own terms. That if you want to stop doing what you're doing, when you stop doing what you're doing, you can still enjoy. I mean, you're not pressured to be able to work. You're not pressured to be able to at least find something, but you get to stop whenever you want. But if you want to start, you get to do it. But it's not under the guise, it's not under the pressure of, hey, teka, kailangan ko muna kailangan ko magtrabaho kasi dun ko kukunin yung kikitain ko. So For me, financial freedom is you living your life at your own terms. That as you get to live your life at your own terms, you get to stop anytime. But as you stop anytime, somehow, some way, your uh, your future is also protected na rin. Something like that. So there, and I wish that for all of you as well. That's why I've been making videos like this. And if you've noticed, syempre there are the books that are paid, the seminars that are paid also. But I try to take moments like this, videos like this, both in Facebook and in YouTube, for the very part of giving back as well. This is all, I guess, free. This is something that you can access anytime, anywhere, and it's my way also of at least framing the next generation as well. I really believe in the power of digital. I believe in the power of social media. That what we do here will echo that I'll be watching this video 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, urging you, pushing you to invest harder. And the greatest and most, I guess, uh, the most fruitful, because it's never been my ambition. That's why when people introduce me, when people introduce me in talks, I don't say introduce that as a stock expert guy, introduce that guy as a stock guru guy, because that's never my intention. I've never it's never my intention to be the best. It's never my intention to be the top person. I'm okay already with what I have. What I get is fine already. What I just really want is also to just uh, make a difference, do something that gives significance to a lot of people as well. So there. So, man, there's more questions pala. Interesting. Don't know YouTube. No, please comment below since most of you are from YouTube. Do you want more of this or more sa Facebook for the live stuff? So, you Ron Villanueva, hello to you. Let me see. I'm trying to scroll to the comment section. Yan. You have also Edward Papa. Sige, sure. From Riyadh. I don't know if I'll go to Riyadh, no. I think they have some things about visas there that it's not as fluid as compared to having it in Dubai and Qatar. But let's see. If something happens in Riyadh, let's see how it will work. Sophie Librando, hello to you. Nelmar Samar, hello. Laura Napa from Albay, Malaysia. Gan, Happy New Year. Nathaniel Bagdag, Happy New Year from Qatar. Jessica Repique, Happy New Year. Edward Labarles, Happy New Year to you. Jason, Happy New Year. Ron Villanueva, hello to you. Hello. Meron Tapap asking for book 2 of technical analysis. Sige, I'll think about that. No? Kasi what I'm actually thinking, let me know what do you guys want. No? Do you want it hard copy na pwede yung sulatan, or I'm leaning into doing ebooks na rin, so it's easier also. But I've been getting mixed reviews. But of course, I also take into consideration what you guys would suggest into all of this. Jenny Batak, trusted mentor specifically on personal analysis. Thank you, Jenny Batak. You're from Dubai. I see your avatar na nasa Burj Khalifa. Kai Doric, how long did it take until you could use your stocks at income? I guess at the beginning, everybody has started accumulating. What I did was basically this. As I started to trade, whatever I earned from that, I did not touch it. As I did not touch it, as I earned more, I just reinvested. Plus, while I'm reinvesting here, of course, I have fresh funds. I reinvested that in. So the pool gets bigger. So as I make more winning trades, it gets reinvested. Make losing trades, it's the pool is still there. Then you add more money, you add more, you earn more. So the pool just gets getting bigger. Then what I started to do was this. As I started to, I guess, get more, I started to siphon off some of those earnings and buy preferred shares, bonds, and those fixed assets that give me fixed income. And Mary and Tapia, that's what I use for my, that's what I used to live on. So my trading, my investing, my positioning for the long term, it somehow makes my portfolio bigger. But what I live off from is cash flow from preferred shares, bonds, and other passive sources of income. So Edward Papa says financial freedom is living. Saan yun? Wala. Edward Papa says, financial freedom is living the way you want it and still be able to share to others. It's very good. By the way, I may talk a lot about investing, no, but what I want also to echo to a lot of you guys is basically this. There's a purpose for prosperity that as you start earning more, learn to give some away. It's the most fulfilling thing that you could ever do. It doesn't matter what charity, what church, what family, what group of people you want to give it. But if you, this is such an amazing principle that the more you learn, you know how to let it go, the more things will come to you. It's such an amazing principle that if you know and if you are free to give it to other people, you're free to just uh, let it pass by, more will come to you as well. And I suggest that because people won't feel how prosperous you are until you actually bless them. And I really believe that we're called to be blessed so we can be a blessing to a lot of people. That's why I guess my mantra has always been that it's not really about how much I make, but what I make, how much I let it work hard for me. But when it hits a certain point that I can take some of it and help other people and create a lasting impression to the world around us, for me, that's something that money in a general context can at least take away. So there. Ruby Napa saying financial freedom, having enough wealth to live without any worries in the future. Let me clarify on that, Ruby. No, the thing about that is, hindi. Uh, people think that when you get this much, I won't worry about money. But guess what? When you get this much, you'll still worry. Kasi you'll think already, why not get this? Or what if mawala to? What if something happens? What if I have this? What if may mangyari? What if something happens? So I'll tell you this, having more does not guarantee that you won't have any worry. I'll repeat that. Having more money does not guarantee that you won't worry about it. Sometimes when you get more, you'll actually think, how can I maintain it? How can I keep it? How can I do it na hindi siya mawala eh? That's why you should never put your trust in money as well. This is not sounding religious, but um, put your trust in God. Put your trust in Jesus. At the end of the day, that's what makes me sleep sound at night. That my future and my hope is not based on the money that I have, or what my bank account is, or what my wallet is, but my future is wrapped up on His promises for me that are good and that are great. So there. You're welcome, Ruby Napa. It's always a pleasure. Sunis Music, more on YouTube. Okay, 1 point for YouTube. Edward Papa, more daw for YouTube. Wamfi, good day to you. Lara Napa, session in KL din po. Sige, Laura, I'll put a link later on. We're making a survey also for those who want to do it in different cities around the world. So far, you confirmed na Stock Smart's location pa lang, of course, will be Manila. Then you have Cebu, then Cagayan de Oro, then Iloilo. Then we have Singapore, Qatar, Dubai, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. So those are the 9 cities pa lang so far. But I'll try to put the link below so that I just want to get a grasp of how many people are interested in a certain place, and if there's a lot of, I guess, people who are interested at a certain area, we'll try to do it there naman. So yeah. Then you have Akoy Tamad09. Sir Marvin, possible po ba magkaroon ng FOO ang ISM OFW po from Hong Kong? Happy New Year, Sir Marvin. Happy New Year to you. So I hope to see you this November in Hong Kong. Normally, the whole context of ISM, by the way, it will be a backdoor from Udena ISM. So for those who've been following the context, the narrative of ISM is that you have Miss Latel. Miss Latel is Udena. Then you also have China Telecom over there. So whatever happens to Miss Latel, Udena will have a portion to it. Since ISM is the listed company, when Udena transforms ISM, they will have to sell shares. It should be part of it. The question there is this, no, and this will be the tricky part. That's why I'm not a big fan of speculation, because what if the price that they will offer is lower than the current price. So if it's lower, the common tendency will be the positions that you bought at a higher price, lugi kayo. If it's higher, then jackpot because the shares will now be at a premium. So yung pagbili mo ng mas mababa, it will give you a better yield as well. So yun, it's not more of magkakaroon ba ng shares na ibibenta, but it's more of at what price will it be sold, because if you bought it lower, then automatically you get to sell at a profit later on. But if you've noticed me, my style really has been, I'm a big fan of technicals and I'm a big fan of fundamentals. That's why I normally don't watch the news to help me make decisions on trading and investing, because everything I need to know is either found in the numbers via fundamental analysis or it's found via the charts in technical analysis. So it allows me that even if I have a busy schedule, I can still watch my stocks on a regular basis. Edward Papa saying more notifications for subscribers in YouTube. Sige, I'll try to do more in YouTube. Not naman more, but at least naka-pace. Meron sa Facebook, meron sa YouTube, then expect more of those edited and canned videos as well. And by the way, for those who watch interviews that I did in YouTube, comment below who do you want me to bring back as part of those interviews. Then gagawa natin ng more interviews for 2019 as well. Luis Junior B. Wang, Happy New Year from Oslo. Hello to you, to everyone from Norway. Good morning sa inyo dyan. Sid Siaki, sir, tatanong ko lang po sana regarding technical analysis. Paano po ba mag-analyze ng charts at trading? Ano po ba unang gawin? Like finding the support and resistance, identifying the trend. So to zero in into your question, that's more preferential already. If you follow different styles, different narratives, the way you analyze the chart is really dependent already on your preference and ano yung time frame that you want to look at it. A position trader will look at different things initially versus a quick trader. A position trader will segment his style looking at the trend first, while a quick trader will try to draw the support and resistance first. So there's no right and wrong on how you approach it. That's why, for example, in the Stock Smart sessions, I teach oscillators, volume oscillators, momentum oscillators, price oscillators. Then we also have volume. Then we also have moving averages. Then we do trend analysis. Then we do support and resistance. Then we also do candlesticks. However, ako, since I learned initially, yung una kong style when I started to invest was I would do more support and resistance first. So default ko still is looking at the candlesticks and drawing my support and resistance. Whereas those who attended the sessions already, somehow some of them jump quickly to moving averages. Some of them jump quickly to oscillators because that's their context. That's where they yun yung una nilang nagamit. So it's not really more of what's your approach. It's more of what's your principles that you will use. What's your risk tolerance, what's your narrative, what's the length of time that you want to trade. Then you take it from that. As long as the principles that you are using are sound and then it works for you, that's a good combination. So to be able to do that, by the way, you have to find your sweet spot. When I say sweet spot, what works for me won't work for you, and what works for you will not work for me. So it has to be something that you must refine and find over and over and over and over and over again. And the trick about doing all of these things is that you how do I say this? The trick on how you do this is you have to do a lot of trades, meaning as you do a lot of trades, trade, scrap this style, trade, it doesn't work, scrap this style, do it again until you find a system, a strategy that will work for you. So there. Shane Rudolph, Barcelona, good afternoon. Sid Yankee, finding your entry and exit and setting your stop loss. That's good. But Sid Yankee, I already mentioned that if you've read Breaking the Resistance, there's one segment there, creating entry and exits. There's so much principles behind it, but for there's already a segment there in Breaking the Resistance that's sort of part of it. Sid Yankee, short, ano po ba yung trading system nyo? Just asking for some ideas. No? So Sid Yankee, different. It's not a specific system. It's dependent on what's happening to the market. Meaning, how do I put this? There was a certain point this year, bagsak yung market. So nung bumagsak yung market, what I normally looked at quickly are those stocks that had been battered, were oversold, and are current support level. So I looked at a lot of oscillators at that time that told me if the stock was oversold, and that's what I traded. If the market is trending up, I will focus on stocks that are breaking out naman. If the market is moving and ranging in a pattern that they call consolidating, I just buy at the support and sell at the resistance. So for me, it's more contextual. It depends on the current state of the market. Based on the current state, that's where I form my analysis as well. And madami pa yan eh, especially if you use moving averages. There's so many derivations on how you can trade moving averages then. So there. Wamfi, thanks for uploaded info. I learned a lot. You're welcome. Rambutan PH, nice name. Should I have a separate account for long-term investments and stocks? Of course. My suggestion, at the very least, 4 accounts. At the very least. One for quick trading, one for position trading, one where the earnings of this lipat dito, where you have a lot of dividends, then fourth one for investing. So at least 4 divided into 2. Yung investing, you have one for dividends, another one for fundamental investing, then on the other side, quick trading, then position trading. Erico Timbang, Happy New Year to you as well. Agi Celis, Dubai will be not yet confirmed, no, but it will be in the second half of the year. Ako'y tamad. Thanks po, Sir Marvin. Insight, abangan ko announcement mo pag nagpunta ka dito sa Hong Kong. Happy New Year. Meron na, may schedule na. Hong Kong is, I think, August. I'll give you the link below on how you can join us there. iTrex Trading, where do you think Bitcoin will go this year? I don't know, no. What I know about Bitcoin is 2017 was its year that it got so hyped up, that there was so much pumping, there was so much movement, there was so much emotion. 2018 was a year where a lot of those emotions were out, and I guess logic took place that everyone saw that it wasn't worth 100,000 US dollars. That's why the drop that we're seeing right now, that we've currently seen. I don't have a crystal ball, but what I do know is it's bearish. What I do know is a lot of those support levels around 5,000 did not hold, which was something that was strong sana, but it did not hold. And from a funda aspect, I think Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrencies right now is at its early stages pa. We don't know how far or how deep it will go. In terms of, just to put a parallel to it, no, Bitcoin could be, I don't know, Friendster. It's the first one, but we don't know if there's a Facebook that will come in and will put Friendster out of business. We don't know if there will be a new cryptocurrency that will come in that will somehow, some way displace Bitcoin. A lot of people are saying it's Ripple. I don't know. But what I can do is I can position in some of them. My suggestion is this, by the way. If you don't have investments in the stock market yet, don't invest in Bitcoin. But if you have investments in stocks, you have a business, you have other investments out there, by all means, invest, as long as at the back of your head, if it goes to zero, you're okay with it. And that's why I can take risks, because whatever I put at the back of my head, if it goes to zero, I'm okay. And that should be your mentality every time you invest, every time you start a business. You only put money that if it goes to zero, you're okay with it. And that's what will help you sleep well at night. Diana, Olivia, what kind of trader? I do position trades. I do quick trades. I also do investing. So that's why I segment different portfolios, different brokers for it, because my style is dependent on the account that I'm trading on. You don't have to do what I'm doing, but it's what works for me. Sid Yankee, thank you po sa sagot. Yung book po, Breaking the Resistance. Yun lang po ba yung book nyo na discuss technical analysis? Planning to buy next week. The second book, Winning Strategies for Investing, also has technicals in it. So the ones that have technicals is Winning Strategies for Investing and Breaking the Resistance. I think I plan to write 3 or 4 more books on technicals. I don't know when. No, I don't know if I also have the time for it. How can I allot the time? But I'll do my best to do it. Please comment below for those who are watching or those who will also watch this after everything gets recorded is that do you want an ebook or do you want a hard copy? If you're from another city, what city do you want us to have a Stock Smarts uh, seminar as well? Then what else? Uh, what topics would you want me to talk about more? Who do you want me to interview in YouTube that will be part of the next video? So we can have more videos of that. What type of videos do you want me more to do? What videos uh, do you want me not to do anymore? Do you want me to include? Do you want more videos with my wife, or do you want more interviews with this person? So something like that. Then, so this is more of also a feedback video for 2019, so I can make something that's custom fit for all of you guys. Then Bull and Bear. Um, on YouTube, sir, tapos pabuso ng seminar sa book exercise naman para malaman yung levels sa trading. Sige, I'll try to do that. Edward Papa, will there be icon? Yes, there will be icon. We will have 3 this year, 1 in Manila in May, then in Visayas and Mindanao. I think it will be in Iloilo and Davao. Fourth quarter or third quarter of the year as well. iTrex trading, the best strategy I use in trading is diversification. Yep, diversification is amazing. May Tapia, sana you can do live streaming seminars. I'll try to see how I can do it. We'll see how we can set it up. I don't have a platform pa kasi for it. But later on, I've been enjoying kasi the travels and meeting people. But probably later on, as I get to develop the time to be able to have it created, there will be. But I don't know if it will be this year or in some years in the future. But I'll do my best to do it as well. So there, we've been doing this for 30 minutes already. Time flies so fast. But yun lang, I just wanted to thank you also, you guys, for support through the years that I've been doing this video series, and I hope to hear a lot of good reports also that 2019 will be an amazing year for you. By the way, no, if you've watched the previous videos I created, please remember this, that the market last year was down. The year before that, the market was up. The year before that, the market was down. So why am I saying this? It's not that I'm predicting that the market will be up this year, but what I'm saying is the market cannot be down for so long, especially that we have a lot of things going for us still. And please remember, it's an election year. Should the market go up, I said this in the interview with GMA7, and it will come out later on, that inflation will be better this year because interest rates are up also. You can't really expect the dollar to be as aggressive as what it was last year. So I think because there are a lot of things that will be better in the economy, and because it's an election year, GDP historically is better during election years. That can be somehow of a stimulus for the market as well. So should the market go up and break those resistances that we've mentioned over the past few videos, there's a big chance that you can see a better 2019 than 2018. But should it not happen, this could be an opportunity also for you to find ways on how you can be creative. Because you have to remember this also, that even when the market was down last year, money can still be made there. There are a lot of stocks that still broke out, regardless if they had fundamentals or not. You saw Golden Haven, you saw Wilcon, you saw Now, you saw TBGI. You can even amazing companies with great fundamentals. You could have still traded and bought Ali at 36 and 38 and sold at 42. You could have still bought SM Prime at 35, sold near 40, or bought it at 31, 32 levels, sold at 35. So it's more of what your technique is, regardless of what's happening in the market, that will define how you could be profitable. So there, I don't know how to end this. May question pa si Jeter Calope. Happy New Year, Sir Marvin. Kailan nagsimula sa stock market? Shucks. I started investing 2007. First investments were around 2007. So it's 12 years already. Syempre, within those years, trial and error. Within those years also, you've experienced markets. It was just amazing that naabutan ko yung pag-crash ng market, that I took that time, 2008, as a time for me to learn. I took that time also as a time for me to look at strategic advantages. Kasi my mentality at that time already was, market drops, recessions, are people always get scared about it, but if wala ka naman utang, you have cash flow, you are earning, you have savings, that can be an opportunity for you to create wealth as well. So I guess I just started at one of the greatest times to start investing, not just because I was able to have stocks that were cheap, but it was an opportune time also for me to hone my skills. And I guess that's one of the biggest pitfalls of a lot of people who are starting to invest right now. They are, how do I put this? They are trying to focus on earning quickly and not honing their skills. I keep telling people, and if you've noticed the videos, I don't focus on telling people magkano yung kinikita dapat ninyo, or magkano dapat pera nyo, or how much earnings should you get. Because that's not the focus of the videos that I create. My focus really is to help you build skills. Because when you start building those skills, it's those skills that will help you become profitable later on. Don't focus on the money. The money is just a byproduct of the skills that you have already. So if you're focusing on how much you can earn without building the right skills, you can make some trades na chachamba, but it's not something that's sustainable. What will make it sustainable is you find a concrete way where you can repeat those trades over and over again. So there, new year, doing something new, my first YouTube live video. Thank you so much, guys, for all of this. It's always an honor to be part of your journey. And I really believe Filipinos should not be poor. Let's stop that mentality that Filipinos are poor. Poor is a mindset. You can be a German, you can be an American, but you can be an Australian, but if your mindset's poor, you'll be poor. And we've just been brainwashed to think that mahirap tayo, pero sa totoo lang, hindi tayo mahirap eh. I guess why I love doing this is that I want to change the mindset of a generation. That we're not poor. That Filipinos don't have to live their life in poverty. That wherever you are, it's time that you take control of your own finances. That it's time that you take control of how you live your life. Do not let the economy define how you live. Grab a hold of your own hustle. Grab a hold of your own destiny. That regardless of what happens in the macro, you take control of your own destiny by earning by your own, earning by yourself, earning for yourself. Because no one will take control of your finances than you. It's you. Wag natin iasa sa macroeconomy on how rich you will be. If you look at every rich people, from Jeff Bezos to Bill Gates to Warren Buffett to the Philippine setting, Ed Garcia, Henry C., all of them, they try to make wealth on their own. And that's why videos like this are so relevant, because I want to show Filipinos that it can be done, that you can do it. In a world that there's so much negativity out there. If you notice in the videos that I create, I never complain. I never say anything bad. Why? Because I want this channel to be a voice out there that, in spite of all the negativity, there's still something that's positive. That optimism wins. That those who take control of their future wins. While everyone else is complaining, the 1% that's hustling are the ones that will have a better life. And it's regardless if you're living in Australia, you're a Filipino in Australia, you're a Filipino in the UK, you're a Filipino in the US, you're a Filipino in Japan, you're a Filipino in Dubai, you're a Filipino in Manila. It doesn't matter, because everything that you need, this is the greatest time to be alive. This is the greatest time to create wealth. that there's so much abundance around that it's all about you now taking what you can for you to be able to grab a hold of that abundance. So there, I don't know why it turned that way, but of course there's just always something. Sorry, live and raw, pati Punas Nose moment is included in the video. But there, I just hope that you guys learned something from this. But I just really wanted to experiment doing YouTube Live because I've never done YouTube Live before. So here it is. And I just wanted to thank you also for just being part of this journey towards investing, financial freedom. I'll do the stocks by request. I don't know if it will be in Facebook. I don't know if it will be in Facebook or I'll make a canned video for the stocks by request. But for sure, we'll make one. As you've noticed, the market is at a lag jam at the 7475 levels. We're stuck there. Not much volume yet because I think a lot of the funds are still out, still on the holiday break. So you can't really expect a lot of volume out there. But once volume starts to pick up, that's when the action will happen. I've mentioned a lot of stocks that are cheap in the previous videos. You can still revisit them as long as they remain cheap. You can still invest and come in and position in those stocks. So that's it for now. I'll try to study some stocks also. Then I guess after that, I'll do a stocks by request either here or on Facebook. By the way, for those who are following me on Facebook, thank you so much. I've hit 100,000 followers or likes in Facebook. In YouTube, it's 18,000. Thank you also to you guys in YouTube. Regardless if I have one subscriber, one follower, I'll still do this because I love doing this. And it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter how many people will follow or like, but I'm always grateful that I'm given this platform to be able to share and to be able to frame the next generation of Filipinos. And you'll notice this in the next videos that I'll make. It's more already of creating a legacy, creating something that 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years from now, the next generation of Filipinos will revisit the videos. So that's where I'm gearing for. That's what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to do something na hindi siya pera-pera lang eh. It's about, you remember this guys, once you start hitting that amount that you get, you will realize that if you're just aiming for money, it becomes empty. Eh? The biggest point of all of this is try to find something that will give you, that you know, that's why I've been created. I've been created. That you've been created. Once you find why you're, the reason, the purpose why you're created, why you've been sent to this earth. Once you find out what your mission is, it's one of the most satisfying feeling ever. Once you start doing what God has called you to do, and you align your passions towards that, that's the strongest thing. And if you can do that while you are earning, that's amazing. So with that, thank you so much, guys. Kanina pa ako nag-thank you. I don't know how to end this, no? That's the hard part. Eh. Unlike if it's a taped video, I can just stop anytime and then tapos na. Tapos na. But wala eh. If it's as raw as it can be, no ending, it's open-ended. I don't know how to start or stop it. But thank you so much to all of you, to those who've been joining, to those who have been here from the start of the video to the end. It's almost 45 minutes already. Thank you so much. Expect more videos. And I wish the best for all of you. Please remember this. The 2019 is your best year yet. If you think 2018 was amazing, guess what? The best has yet to come, your greatest days. The reason why you're alive is because you haven't started yet. The reason why you overcame that disease, you overcame that struggle, the reason why you overcame that bad relationship, something that that caused sorrow for you in 2018, but you overcame it. The reason for that is that your 2019 will be better. It's time that you stop leaning on the past. It's time that you stop leaning on past hurts, past failures. Decide that this year will be your greatest year yet. Decide that what happened in the past stays in the past already. Whatever hurt, whatever pain, whatever mistake, kung naloko man kayo sa negosyo, it's okay. You learn from that. But you decide that this year will be your greatest year. You decide that this year, you won't listen to what other people will say. You won't listen to what the naysayers will say. That you decide that you live according to what's been set here already. That you, regardless of what other people will say, kung mataas man pangarap mo, it doesn't matter. Please remember that people will always tell you, once you start going up, mas madaming babato sa inyo. Why? Because they want you to make it. They want you to act. They want to actually see people who have the ability to go up. And once you start making it, those who were fighting you, those who did not believe in you, they'll now start believing in you. They'll now start giving weight to what you say. So if the results aren't there yet, guess what? Don't quit. If things don't go, hasn't happened the way you want it to be, guess what? Don't stop. Don't quit. If there's one thing I know, not quitting, not stopping won't make sure you'll be a millionaire. It won't guarantee that you won't be a multimillionaire. But guess what? If you stop, you'll never get where you're supposed to go. And the best way for you to win is to never stop. And the best way for you to never win, to win, is to not care what other people tell you. For me, what matters the most to me is what my wife tells me, what my inner circle tells me, what people who believe in me says to me, people who speak life into me. Other people, you should learn as you start to do business. For those of you who want to do business, you should learn not to care about what other people tell, what other people say. Just keep on doing what you know God has placed in your heart and keep on pushing towards that. Because at the end of the day, that's what matters the most. At the end of the day, as long as I know my wife's okay, family's okay, what they tell me, what I'm doing is okay, I'm okay with it. So that's it. Not just really a stock market video, more of a gratitude video, more of a thank you. First time YouTube live video as well. So that's it. Happy New Year, everyone. And I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.